guys, welcome back to Debbie J's Crafting Corner. I'm Debbie, and if this is your first time visiting, I'm so happy to have you here. Each week I share some fun card making and paper crafting projects that I hope will inspire you to create something great. For today's card, I'm using the Mini-Spirograph Turnabout stamp from Concord and 9th. I don't know about you, but I've struggled a little bit with the few turnabout stamps that I have. I guess I just can't seem to get them to line up perfectly, and that really messes with my OCD. So I thought I'd try out this really small one, and I'm so glad I did. You may not know, but Concord and 9th added a template transparency to their turnabout stamp sets, and this makes it so much easier to line everything up perfectly. They even have a template pack, which I have, so you can get them for all of your older sets. Now this makes it a lot easier to get that perfect placement, and I think I'll be adding my other turnabout stamp sets to my project's to-do list. After getting everything lined up in my stamp platform, I'm using a removable adhesive tape runner to adhere a piece of cardstock to the center of my DIY turnabout jig. Then I'm just stamping down. Then you turn the entire jig 1/4 turn to the right and stamp again. You continue this each time until you've done all 4 turns and have got the entire flower basically stamped out. Works the same way as the other turnabouts, except this is a much smaller image and doesn't cover the entire card panel. This makes a really nice but simple focal image for your card. Next, I'm taking some of the other stamps in this set and just stamping that on a piece of scrap cardstock. This is going to give me a couple of sentiments and a couple of hearts that I can add to the card later. I didn't mention it earlier, but I'm using Catherine Pooler inks for this. For the purple of the flower, I'm using Pixie Dust, and then for the sentiments, I'm using Rockin' Red. I think those colors are going to go well together. You can find affiliate links to all of the products that I'm using down in the description box and over on my blog. Now I'm going to just trim everything down using my Fiskars paper trimmer. For the little hearts, I went ahead and just used some scissors to fussy cut those out. Now that I've got everything stamped and cut out, I can put everything together. I had cut the panel down so that it would fit nicely on the front of an A2 size card panel with another piece of colored cardstock as a matting layer. I used a piece of colored cardstock that I thought would match the purple from the inked flower as best as I could. And then I'm going to put a piece of fun foam behind it, so it'll give it a little bit of dimension on the front of this card. To adhere that down, I'm just using some Ranger multimedia matte adhesive that I've had in my stash for a bit, and just covering the back of that with some of that adhesive. Now, it has been sitting around for a while, so it was a little hard to get it out of the tube, but it seemed to work out fine. So I'm just putting that down, and then I'm using some again and took off the fine tip nozzle because it wasn't really needed. So went ahead and put some more of that same adhesive on the back of the foam so I can adhere it to the front of my card base. I decided to go with the smaller of the two hearts to be the center of my flower. So I'm just adhering that down with that Ranger Multimedia Matte Adhesive. And actually I decided to put that in the center of the larger, so it's going to be kind of a layered heart in the center there. And then I'll adhere both of those to the center of the flower. For the sentiments, I decided I wanted to pop those up for a little added dimension as well. So I'm going to just cut down some strips of scrap fun foam to go on the back of the sentiments. I love how the card's turning out, but I did decide to add a little extra embellishment anyway. I'm using some Mod Podge Dimensional Magic to add a little gloss and dimension to that heart in the center. And then I took out this little tin of heart confetti that I picked up at Target. I believe it was last year around Valentine's. And I'm going to use that just as a little extra embellishment, instead of sequins. So I'm adding some of those up in that upper right hand corner and then scattered a little bit further down on the card. That finishes up this card for today. I hope that this video inspires you to get busy and create something great. And I would love to see what you create. So come join my Facebook group, Crafting with Debbie, and show us your creations. I've left a link down in the description box below. Here are some other videos that you may be interested in. Thank you so much for dropping by. And remember, if I can make it, you can too.